Another day, another mouthful.
I would ask for news of the city. No offense, but it's not your property. I only wish to serve, I swear.
Warning. Power fluctuations detected. Rerouting to compensate. Drainage pump control bypassed.
You are not welcome here. You will leave. This is your only warning. The choice is yours to make. But Jinan Baron himself charged us with the protection of this facility. It was... And yet, his orders were clear. The work done here must be safeguarded, protected, never permitted to leave. None but the... And you are not the speaker. You were warned. You didn't. Then you have forfeit your... The Speaker's orders will be... so easily. The work done here has tied us to this place for all time. That...
Sister, have you not... You should have heeded Courageous words in the beginning, little one. This is...
The outcome has not changed, Vedrasi. We are still in control here. I respect your dedication, but I also cannot... Do you even understand why you are here? What it is? So, you do know something about this place. It does not matter. The interlocks are not yours. They belong here. You should have left when you had the... Do you not grow weary of this? I have already made it clear that...
This is turning into a most...
All this noise over one little trespasser.
The experiments here have ensured our resilience. We endure... House Faroon's return to greatness begins with the work done here. And until that... Your conviction is impressive. The outcome will not change.
Grid destabilized. Containment fields failing. Backup systems risk overload. Consider manual shutdown at the earliest convenience.
No! You utter fool! Do you have any? Oh, you are so very clever! Those interlocks power our pods! You have killed Vedrasa! What is more, you have disrupted the flow of power within the All right, hero. You have proven yourself. If you can remove the remaining interlock, you will have bested us. But you will ruin the lives of those above us. Or we can continue this contest of will. I have not lied to you from the moment you attempt to stop.
Critical power failure. Dam function compromised. Emergency evacuation protocols enacted. Please exit the facility.
understand. I saw a Nazco, took measure of his burdens.
What you are describing is a dream, nothing more.
Not a dream. A message from the great serpent himself.
With all due respect to your craft, dear sister, now is not the time for incense and ash leaves. Or do you not see the depth of the crater before you?
On the contrary, brother. I see it for what it truly is. And if we ignore this vision, a Nazco will be lost to us forever.
Enough with the proselytizing. The Vindicator has returned. I am old and my eyesight is not what it used. Your lead from House Kef. I have heard of such a thing. Recently, in fact, just before the accident. We do not need it for the device, but if this accounts for some of the leaps in progress in the Citadel, as much as I have devoted my life to science, one cannot deny that there is an occasional spark of the divine. The Great Serpent has used. Now we await the assistance of Houses Vet.
Politics can wait. Every moment we delay, a Nazco...
For the last time, faith will not remove...
It is the hubris of science that failed you in this moment. We reached out to the great...
You claim he has forsaken us?
I do no such thing. The Great Serpent's reply is not an answer, but a question. Until that is proven. Thank you, Vindicator. But the proof is not in our words. It is in the vision. A Nazco's presence still...
Fine. I feel like I've lived this argument 1,000 times, and the only way to move past it is to Vindicator, speak to my sister. Agree to her fool's errand.
The Great Serpent has filled you with purpose. Is that not beautiful? I have seen visions of a Nazco, searching for one bold enough to enter the heart of the vortex. And now that you are here, I know. Well put. The Great Serpent's works are imperceptible, even to a... But rest assured, all will be revealed. At the edge of the crater, you will find a cave carved by the anomaly. It is as the Great Serpent... In my visions, in the first, you breached the scaled citadel, but found a Nazco head, and in time, all of... Indeed. But in the second future, I saw you make contact with the Nazco. At its terminus was a gate, a path into the... You stepped into this void, and in that moment...
Roughly speaking, it could be that entering the vortex directly would allow you to speak with him. And while my readings do not show any anomalous activity, Still, that only emphasizes the potential danger involved here. I cannot approve of such an excursion on a... I am no heretic, but to risk so much on a vision... I will not stand in your way, however.
You may not realize it now, dear brother. Then you must embark to the northern edge of the crater. You will find it. Step through it. Find a Nazco.
I speak into this void, and it answers with silence. Have you abandoned me? Great, do you not hear my pleas? You understand me? Here, I hesitate to ask, but what manner of being? Yes, he works through you and built the path to guide you. I have reached out so many times to hear nothing but echoes. Yet you, clearly your arrival here is fated. By stepping, there is still reason to hope. But time is short. The gate is still open, the experiment still runs. Find me in the Scaled Citadel. I will wait for you there.
Do you seek counsel? You return. What? Then my vision did not be true.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
There is no need, brother. Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything? Yes, the pinnacle of the Citadel was modified to house the equipment to create a gate to the Vortex. If it still runs, that would explain everything we have experienced since the initial incident.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for but when I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt it. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, I believe the same is...
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this...
And that is the essence. I do not know what lies ahead. My vision, but I do know this link will play a role in...
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete them.
Granting them an audience. This is exactly the impression we don't want to give.
Please, Jamal. Don't you see how all this works in our favor?
May the Great Serpent
It's not
bless
up
you.
for discussion. So, Akris has sent our newest... Don't worry. Jamal's already told me. I'm Razma, Elder of House Kadik, and... Well, it's also an honor to meet one as interesting. I wouldn't have suspected an outsider to be made promised. But who am I to argue with the... I know the Council is looking to Sahima for answers. But the truth is, she's been taken. They're being held hostage by zealots. As much as I'd welcome the expertise, the zealots would never... But the negotiations... The zealots have yet to name specifics. At best, they'll demand an inordinate amount of... Worst case, a seat at the High Council, or even the They know we can't risk Sahima for Dazra's sake. So... Agreed. Which is why I need you to find the hostages. Bring them home, so the zealots have nothing to leverage. And Sahima... Normally I'd have agents doing everything possible, but we too suffered losses. We need to be here. It's the only reason I even agreed to these negotiations. And that... I don't know where the zealots are keeping Sahima. Their name is Merrick. Merrick is a Kadik. This... Then you can put those skills to... As I said, Merrick works for me in the Ministry of Conjunction. They've been establishing an inside relation. Forcing them to give up the information could jeopardize all they've worked for. Get the information any way you see fit. See that you do. You'll find Merrick up...
You're no member of House Kadik. And you are? Ah, the heretic turned promised. I was wondering when our... So, tell me, what would a chosen one such as yourself want with someone like me? I'm sorry, did you say zealots? What? Absolutely ridiculous. So much for... I guess this means the High Council is still asking Auntie Razma where Sahi... And if you're here making demands, She obviously has decided to make use of you rather than... I see what's going on. On the contrary, I know how important it is. I've worked hard to obtain my position with the Zealots. And like I've told Rosma 1,000 times, I have no reason to believe. So, as far as I'm concerned... Oh, I don't think so. True, I am pretty good at misdirection. Yes, it's something. I won't argue her importance. All right, I'll let you in on their location. But remember, if word spreads, the location you're looking for is... It's an old Varun base that they've taken over. Rosma will know it. Let her tell you the details, seeing as... Watch your...
You must have gotten the location. Ah, yes, the old Varun military outpost. If my intel is correct, you can find Shadow Station Epsilon in the... The sooner the better. Now that we have a rescue mission underway, I'll speak to Mary. I expect them to be pliable. The current plan is to hold them at one of the geothermal... Meet us there when Sahima and the others are... Good. I'll stall the Zealots as long as I can. That being said, I'd still appreciate it if... Now, Jamal wants an update before you.
Vindicator, a word before you go. Tell me, Vindicator. An oversimplified observation, the Zealots are widely frowned upon within. They're a remnant of the Serpent's Crusade. Has my dear sister given you any history? I'm surprised she even mentioned that much. Rasma would have everyone believe she only wishes to keep an eye on the Zealots, so the Council can... The truth is, she's had this particular group of Zealots under her thumb for quite some time. That is the real reason why Rasma hasn't informed the High Council. Exactly. House Kadik already has a reputation for being sympathetic to the Zealots. Rasma wants the Zealots to back House Kadik, so the balance of power between the noble house... She's been employing them, paying them in supplies that aid their blind... The Council knows nothing of her work with the Zealots, and I aim to keep it that way. All elders have their own ambitions. What none of us expected was the disaster that is the Scaled Citadel. The aftermath is what allowed the Zealots to grab Sahima and the others. Rasma has lost control. And that's what I wish to speak to you about. House Kadik shouldn't be associating with Zealots at all, except on an extermination level. But worse, we need to cut ties with the Zealots. How astute. I want you to put an end to any connections between House... And while my position won't allow me to be blunt, should the hostages not survive, I'm doing what I must to... All you need to get is Sahima's research, which she has with her. Excellent. As you may have guessed, we can't afford any loose ends. When you arrived, the Zealots had already killed the hostages. See that you do. I look forward to seeing you at...
Taking a break? I sure could use one.